Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. All right, we have a question that came in today, and this one is from, guess it's not signed, I can't see a name. So anyways, it's from Anonymous. And he says, I have bought a Titleist 975J with a stiff flex shaft. And guess what I have right here? I have a Titleist 975J. This is back from one of DJ's old clubs from back when he played in college. All right, and we'll talk about this club today. He says, I have bought a Titleist 975J with a stiff flex shaft. So if he's bought it, that means he's just recently bought an old club, because this goes back to probably 2000 or 2003 or 4 in there, I'm guessing. I'm not really getting on with it. It feels too light, and the shaft doesn't feel like it's a stiff flex. Would adding more lead tape, and as you all know that when I talk about lead tape, I call that magic dust, because that, if you can work it out and feel things, you could really sometimes change the MOI and the frequency a little bit, and that's what I believe he's being asked right here. Is oh, it's from Nolan Combrink. Just found his name. From that, Nolan is asking about this club. Will it change? Will make some changes that make it for the better? Would adding some lead tape increase the feel of a heavier head? I have a 980 F5 wood with a 4375 stiff shaft. I hit this further than my driver. All right. Okay, here's the key. Yes, it'll make it heavier, but the point is, will it correct it? I don't know. You don't know until you start doing it and try and testing it. Okay. Now, ironically, this one has a little bit of tape on the inside. I'm going to walk up here so you can towards the heel on the bottom that I put on this, so you can see that I have put a little bit of weight on this club. Okay, it's right there on the bottom. Okay, so towards the heel, because evidently this was either feeling a little bit too stiff for me, or it was maybe cutting a little bit more, and I wanted to hit it straight to a little draw. So when you put tape on, if you want to stop a ball that's pushing to the right or fading or whatever, or maybe even slicing, and you feel like you're making a pretty good swing, you put the tape on the heel. You slow the heel down so the toe can catch up. If you were hitting pulls or hooking the ball too much, and you think that the shaft is correct, you might put it more out on the toe over here somewhere. You can put it over here, or you can put it out across the bottom like you saw this one. All right. Sometimes when I put lead tape on a club, I might just wrap it around the shaft, which is going to put all the weight right at the shaft, which increases the MOI towards the shaft, moment of inertia. And so remember, the head rotates around the shaft. So if I got too much hook, meaning the toe is turning over, providing I'm making a pretty good swing, I'm not coming way out over the top and pulling it, I'd put it to stop the toe turning, I would put it out on the toe. If the toe's staying open, I'm going to put it on the heel to slow the heel down so the toe will catch up. Okay? Only trial and error will tell you that. So, I mean, I'm forever, I always have tape, I always have lead tape. I got with me, I have it in my teaching kit that you see when I have my sheets in there. I always carry this little bag. In it I got a few little things that are important. I've got marking pens to mark my ball. I got different colors. All right? And then I have this tape that I use. It's a rubberized tape, so it's great because if you have cuts or blisters or whatever, you can actually put this in a joint, and it can flex, and it has no problem. And it lasts and lasts, and it's waterproof. This is a medical tape. It's from NextCare. You can find it in the drugstores in a place with all the tapes. It's a light brown tape. And then I have magic dust, my lead tape. It's always with me. I pretty much always have lead tape with me. All right, and so I'm never without my lead tape, because I never know, and I might want to try something for me. And many times I'll do this on golf lessons when the student's having a problem with the club to try to help them out. So the first thing I would do is I would get that shaft. I'd bring that club if you like the club. And remember, I like it because these are probably only about 320 heads, maybe even, I don't know, they're at least 300, and probably somewhere I would think around no more than 320 to 330. I'm presently playing a 360 head, and these don't look too far apart, but this looks about the same. So I don't know, but it's in the I think it's in the area that I would like. It's definitely under 360 cc's and not a 400, 420, 440, or 460. All right. So I like the head a lot better. I would get the shaft checked. If it's all a shaft problem, the head might be the perfect weight, but the shaft, as you're feeling it's light and and feels too weak, and is that the word you use? Doesn't feel like it's stiff, so I'd also use the word weak. First thing you want to check is the shaft. Might be a great head, the weight might be okay, but if the shaft is too weak, and for your swing speed, the shaft can either be A, not kicking soon enough, and you can be hitting hooks, blocks, excuse me, and then you try to release it a little bit quicker because you've been hitting blocks, and next thing you know, the over kicks, and now you're hitting pulls. So you got to get that shaft checked for your swing speeds. Go see a swing surgeon certified fitter. Okay. Now, the next thing would be, if you did want to check it, as I said, put the weight over there in the appropriate places. If it's hooking too much, you want to put it on the toe to slow the toe down. If it's blocking and slicing too much, you put it on the heel so the heel slows down, the toe can catch up. And you can do this, and what you do is you start in one place, and if you see a little improvement, put a little bit more improvement, put a little bit more. Eventually, the improvement, as you keep putting more, and you stop, say we're trying to stop a block right now, or soft cuts or fades, it'll start straightening up, and then you finally reach a point where you put too much on, it's going to slow the heel down enough, too much, and then the toe passes, and now you got a hook again. Okay, you go to a hook, and vice versa. If you're hooking too much, you stop putting it on the toe, and you keep. And then another thing you do sometimes, if it works pretty good, you could move it. Try moving it a little bit more one way or the other, or try moving it from back off the back here and put it on the bottom, and that can take time, It's nothing but trial and error, based on your feeling of what the club feels like approaching impact and through, and what the shot is you're looking to have in terms of the solidness of contact, the trajectory, and the flight pattern you want. So this is not one tape, one piece cures all. I mean, I have some clubs. I got my 3-wood, which is not in my bag at the moment here. My 3-wood has tons of tape on it because it was originally designed to be 44-inch 3-wood. I got it out of DJ's trunk, and I cut it down 2 inches, which cuts the shaft off a lot, really knocks the swing weights down. If I don't have at least 8 pieces of tape on there, and I got some up the back of the hosel here, I got some on the back here, and I got some on the bottom on both sides of the sweet spot. I mean, it's got at least 8 pieces of tape, and that club's been in my bag going on 10 years now, and I've never changed the thing, and it's really worked out well for me, okay? And so, but it took a long time to get that right. So that's all a trial and error. But again, a certified fitter could get that done a lot quicker for you. Put the right amount of weight, if it needs any, in the shaft at the bottom down there, and get your MOI right, and it'll be a lot easier to do that way, because they can get when a perfect to just a speck off when they finally check out your speeds and they know what you need. All right, so I would say first and foremost, if you like the head, let's go get it checked, the shaft and the weight and everything else, and a certified fitter can do that, putting you on the launch monitors, the TrackMan, or whatever they have, and check out your speeds and determine what shaft flex you need, where it needs to kick, and how much it kicks, and whether the weight's the overall weight is right for the length you need. All right, so that's my suggestion. A lot easier to do that than trying to play with lead tape. But you can try that for starters, and if you got trouble and it isn't working, then I'd say go see the fitter. All right, that's it for the search for today on putting some lead tape, magic dust on your clubs, and see if a slight adjustment can help you. And don't forget about the fitter, because you always really want to start. If the shaft is wrong, you'll never get it right. So I'd get to the fitter first. All right. Well, that's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.